Well, hey, how are you guys doing? This is Sam over on Wackadoo Acres here in beautiful South Texas. If you've never visited before or came to this channel before and you like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Again, if you really like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So that way you can see what's coming up next here on Wackadoo Acres. Woo-wee, man, it's hot, it's sweaty. One thing I have noticed, so we have a lot of flies out here. But you know, being in the farm, that's a high potential for a lot of flies, especially if you got animals and animal feed and a bunch of other stuff, the fields. So what we have to do is figure a way to be able to control those fly populations. I'm going to be reviewing two products today that I bought from Tractor Supply here at my local Tractor Supply, and they're two fly traps. I want to do a little comparison on and see how that one works, and we're going to talk about those two today, and hopefully we go along and we learn something. All right, let's learn something together. That's what they like. I'm gonna close it until I'm done. Another trap. Full. You know, we're just gonna have to face it. Flies are here to stay. But you know, you and I can do a few things on controlling the amount of flies that are swarming around us. Man, it can be very frustrating. I've done some research and I found, according to Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, flies are found worldwide. Lots of them little pesky suckers. They live up to 3 weeks. Doesn't seem that long, but in that 3 weeks that they are alive, the female can lay up to 500 eggs. Good Lord Almighty, that's a lot of flies. House flies, they typically develop around probably about 10 days. And also, they really like the warm seasons. And around in South Texas, man, it's always warm most of the year. So we really got to figure a way to control these fly population. Another thing that flies do, they carry different diseases, not only to humans, but also to your animals. So you really want to keep that fly population in check. I found that there are 3 different ways or 3 different methods to control your flies. One is what they call a cultural control, and what that is basically keeping your places clean. If you got trash, keep it in the trash can, keep your trash sealed, and also if you have feed or animal feed out there that you're feeding your animals, make sure you have a good sealed container. We have free-ranging chickens out here, like to poop in different places, and you have to really keep that stuff clean. Another thing is they also have their eggs, and sometimes their eggs are put in different places where you can't find them. So what happens to eggs, they sit there for a little while, they get to not smelling too well, and then all of a sudden one of them may get broke open, and there you go, there's another fly attracted. So you really want to make sure you keep your places clean, because animals are just animals, you know. We got to help them be clean out there, and also it helps us be clean. Number 2 is called biological control. And what that means is you may have different animals on your place or different insects out there that actually eat flies. So that in itself is a type of control. That's kind of like a natural control, I would call it. Number 3 would be chemical control, which that's like what the fly traps. Also, they have those fly tapes that hang down and a bunch of flies get on it and stuck on it. I really don't personally like those, because then you got this long stringy sticky tape sitting up there with a bunch of dead flies on it. So that's why I prefer these little traps, because once they fill up, I mean, they're inside that little jug, and at that point you can just go and disperse them somewhere else. After they filled up, you empty them out, you put more water in it, put more attractant in it, and you got another run at it. Alright, so let's see what these instructions say on the Rescue Outdoor Pop Fly Trap. Got my little attraction here. Also, another thing you like to do is not to try to get it on your hands. That's some pretty nasty stuff. So here it says unscrew lid, remove the foil patch, which I did. Tear open the pouch at tabs and drop into the trap. Alright, so I'm going to take this, tear open the pouch. If I can get it open. Alright, I'm going to pull out my knife, help out with this a little bit. That was a lot better. Alrighty. So if you look at it, it's got this little packet here of attractant, and on the inside you have this pouch right here. That pouch is water soluble, so when you drop it inside this jug here and you add the water to it, it's supposed to dissolve in the water. So what we're going to do, I got my little water hose here, turn it on. I got a little, if you look at it, whew, I got a fill line that shows right here, if you see it. So I'm going to fill water up to that fill line. Close it up. I'm going to swirl it up a little bit, just like this. Just like so. And this stuff, and I tell you, there's pros and cons to both of these things, and I think the pros are they're very easy to use, and they're reusable. You don't have to buy new ones every time. You just buy the little package, you clean them out, put the new stuff in there, and you rehang it. So those are some pros. Another pro is they're very cheap. They're not that expensive. I mean, probably about $8 maybe, $9–10. But anyway, not too expensive at all. Now, the cons to it is, one is they stink. Man, they smell. And I think that's what the flies want. And that's what's attracting them. Good Lord Almighty, that stinks. Woo! Damn. But that's what they like. I'm gonna close it until it's time to hang it up. But anyhow, that is the outdoor pop fly trap by Rescue. The other one is my Star Bar Captivator fly trap. Like I said, this one here is one that I've used for a couple of years already. Really good stuff, but I wanted something to compare with. So I want to see if there's anything out there that's a little better than what I have. You never know. It's got the door on it. Another little package in here. It's got the water soluble attractant, and I have some instructions here. This one says about the same thing. It says to, one thing also that you got to know is these are outdoor use only. Don't stick these in your house. They will smell your house up. So I'll put those off to the side right there. Little packet. And here, if you look at it, same kind of little packet, but it's got its own little instructions on it and tells you what's exactly inside of it. All right, I'm gonna drop it in there. Again, on this one here, there's also a fill line on it as well. So we're gonna put a little water in it with the water hose. Woo! Golly, that stuff stinks. Don't smell good at all. So I'm gonna put a little water in there, tucked in there. You see it? All right, you see it's starting to get kind of a cloudy looking color. That means is that stuff is really getting mixed in there very well. The flies are gonna love it. I'm telling you, they're gonna love it. These suckers are ready to hang. Go get some flies. All right, we'll holler at y'all a little bit. We'll see you. Another important thing to remember is placement. You know, where are you gonna put these traps? You know, you wanna get it to where most of the flies are congregating, where you're seeing a bunch of flies. And that's probably the place you wanna put it. You wanna make sure you put it in places where you maximize the fly capture. This is one of the locations I figured I'm gonna put one of these fly traps, and I'm gonna put this outdoor pop fly trap is right here by where some places that I have some feed for the animals. and sometimes you'll get accumulation of different flies out there, so they like to pile up around here every now and then. So I see a few already on the wall over here. I'm gonna see what happens, so we're gonna hang it up. Put it right. There we go. I have to show you this. Hadn't even hung it up yet. I already got flies circling around it. Okay, ready to go. I already have some flies inside of it. That's how powerful, I guess, that attractant is. They love that dirty smell. Hang it there and see what we catch. Got another trap full. This is an older one that I got. If you look, it is full of flies. This is the one I put up about a week ago. And this is one of those captivators right here. Man, I know it looks nasty, but look at all those flies in there. Lots of flies, and they can't get out. Try to get as much out of it, the jug, as you can of the old stuff. But you know, it doesn't really matter because it's about to get all nasty again when I put that new, that other packet in there. Yeah, I really hope this helps you out. Because I know for a long time, you know, I couldn't really figure out, you know, the only other method I knew how to use was these good old fly swatters. But, you know, I was told that about these fly traps one day by another guy, another farmer. He was telling me about the flies that he had at his place, and he used some of these. So I started using it, and I tell you what, I think I'm becoming a firm believer in these things. They work really well.